Alright, hey everyone, welcome to a video that I wanted to make on some of the books that I recommend that you read as a teenage business owner, or just as a young business owner. You could be in your early 20s or even late, or you know what, screw it, you could be 60. These are good books. I really think that you need to read these books in order to understand sort of how to work your world and how to create the life that you want to live. As well, I don't just recommend these books, but I recommend these authors. These are good authors. These are people who understand these sorts of concepts and talk about them daily. These are public speakers, and these are people, at least some of these books are from public speakers, and you can look up YouTube videos of how these people speak and how they think, and it's incredibly inspiring. And it's not just inspiring, but it's equipping, right? It's not just motivating, but it actually shows you how to continue forward. So firstly, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite authors of all time, John Maxwell. He wrote a book called Winning with People. If you understand that business means people, it means dealing with people, not just dealing with people, but serving them and creating great friendships and bringing value to others, then you understand that it's not that hard to create a good business. In his book, Winning with People, he talks about how the issues that you see in other people are purely reflections of the issues that you see in yourself. It teaches you how to not be upset with people when they annoy you, or it teaches you ways that you can psychologically not trick yourself, but train yourself to love people despite the things that you don't quite like about them. It's an incredibly valuable book, and if you're a Christian like myself, and if you understand the biblical truth behind business, you understand that this is one of those books that you kind of have to read. Or at least, I think John Maxwell is one of those authors that you kind of have to delve into before you really try to build a business. So I highly, highly recommend this read. Definitely pick it up. I've got an Amazon link in the description. Pick it up right now. Have it shipped to you via Prime. Get it tomorrow. Read it through. Understand the principles that it teaches, and you will absolutely grow as a business owner. You'll grow in your faith. You'll grow towards your family, towards the people that you love. It is one of those books that just really lays out an incredible foundation for you to grow, not only as a business owner, but as a person. And I believe that your business only grows as big as you. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to lay out before we get into the other books. This is a book you have to read. Another classic book that a lot of people talk about and that you've heard of 1,000 times before, I'm sure, especially if you're an online or digital entrepreneur like myself, then you really understand that Tim Ferriss has a lot of great books, and one of his best is the 4-Hour Workweek. Did I hold that the right way? Yeah, the 4-Hour Workweek. This talks about principles in outsourcing. It talks about eliminating the things that you don't have to do and only prioritizing the things that must get done, outsourcing the rest of them, or removing the things that don't need to get done. It talks about actual systems that you can implement into your daily life and into your business that increase productivity, increase happiness, and increase your ability to move forward, not only in your business, but also kind of in your life. This is the book that taught me about virtual assistants, or people that you can hire globally. You can go to places like onlinejobs.ph and hire virtual assistants to help you with your business. I've actually hired someone to help me with this YouTube channel, and he's editing all these videos for me right now, so he's a killer guy. And though it is sort of geared a bit further towards people who are trying to quit their job and start a business, whereas me, myself, I've never worked a normal job. I've always sort of made my own money. It is incredibly valuable, and I highly recommend you look into it. Just the title itself is a little grabbing, the 4-Hour Workweek. It means basically reducing your work into only what needs to get done, being the best at what you need to do, and removing everything else that you don't need to do, outsourcing it, or just getting rid of it. A lot of people say that you learn from your failures, and though I do agree with that, I say you kind of learn a lot more from your successes. You learn what works, and you learn what to double down on, and that's valuable. If you know what works and what doesn't work, then you know what to remove and what to double down on, and then you're ahead of all your competition. So this book, though this book doesn't talk about that principle specifically, it sort of brought me to that thought process, and I really, really enjoy that idea. Definitely pick this book up, read it through. I actually haven't finished the book. I'm recommending the book, and I actually haven't finished it, so it's that good. And lastly, a book that a friend of mine actually recommended to me recently, because I was telling her about everything that I'm doing with YouTube. I told her everything that I'm doing with my wedding photography business, with digital entrepreneurship, and she said, you know, you remind me of this book. You remind me of the people in this book and the concepts that it speaks of. This is called Do Hard Things by Alex and Brett Harris. They're actually two twins, two very successful, very entrepreneurial people who have grown up in the church. They're Christian people, very, very solid dudes. They talk about how the expectations, and this is back to the premise of this video, which is, you know, books you have to read as a teenage entrepreneur, but this talks about how the expectations that are set on teenagers are so low because of society, and how breaking through those expectations and I guess breaking through those norms sets you apart from people and really begins to pave the way for an incredible life in your future. And just the title of the book really sums up the book. It's just like, stop sitting on your butt. It's basically what it lays out for you. And it gives you reasons why. And it's not one of those motivational books. It's one of those books that really kind of equips you to do hard things and to do things that take effort. And actually, again, this is another book that I actually haven't finished. This book and Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek are books that I'm going through currently, and I highly recommend that you do as well. So that sums up this video. Those are just 3 books that I recommend. I recommend so many more. Definitely look into John Maxwell as an author as a whole. He has some great books on leadership. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is a wonderful book by him. And as a last book recommendation, just as another little tidbit of value, definitely look into How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That's another really, really good book for anyone wanting to start a business or wanting just to be a better person. It's kind of interesting. Those two worlds really do blend. So thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I really do want to start taking this channel and talking a lot more about digital entrepreneurship or just entrepreneurship, especially as a teenager or as a young adult or as just a young person like 30 and under. It's kind of rare, and we need a lot more of it in America and in the world. So yeah, there you go. There's a little deep thought for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Read the books. Grow. Goodbye.